I wanted to tell everybody on the internet that I'm changing my name to Jimmy. Changing my name to Jimmy. Because it's awesome. It's like Madonna. It's just one name. Where's Jimmy? Oh, Jimmy, he's out training a dog. Oh, really? Oh, what's Jimmy making for dinner? I'll refer to myself in the first person. Jimmy doesn't like that. Jimmy drives a Honda now. Well, I'm always driving a Honda. But
this is a Toyota.
Jimmy's sitting in the passenger seat of a Toyota. Jimmy likes this car. Jimmy has a dog named Tonka that's a douchebag, and a raven named Sam who's also a douchebag. And Jimmy loves them both. I'm Jimmy now, of course.
How do you spell that?
Jemi, right?
Oh.
Jimmy. There was a like these Christmas toys that were made by this company, Jemi, Gemi. There would be like the dancing Santa Claus, and it was like really cheap electronics from China. Like they're not quality. They're not a quality product. But I just want to point that out. That I think that they still make. So there might be some confusion. But that is my new name. It's Jimmy. Jimmy likes his new name. Jimmy's a dog trainer, an artist, and a comedian, and a Bigfoot researcher. Jimmy is president of the Bigfoot community. President Jimmy.
Jimmy.
G, not J.
G.
G-E-M-I.
That's right.
Yo, what's
I'm also Jimmy.
Yeah, Katya's Jimmy too.
Oh,
She might have used this name before I did, but I liked it, so I'm taking it. Now we
can all be Jimmy.
Hey, Jimmy, take a. You want to get off here on exit 46? What do you mean? That we just came from Home Depot, and Jimmy bought some drywall compound. Well, actually, Jimmy got to the car, and I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Well, I'm not gonna even talk about it, but we got some drywall compound. I got some copper wire and some electrical outlets, and Jimmy's gonna fix the house up.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, and
That's exciting. Oh, and also Jimmy cleaned their room today.
Jimmy cleaned her room. This Jimmy, what did this Jimmy do? This Jimmy worked with a puppy. We got the puppy going up on a box, and Jimmy's gonna go home and try and video the puppy going up on a box and talk about how you get the dog going up on a target. And Jimmy thinks that the new dog, the new client, is pretty fucking awesome because the new client dog isn't having accidents in the crate, which is Jimmy's idea of like a perfect dog. As far as like the dog's ability, the dog's doing great, but it isn't too much different than a dog would do that like comes here at an early age. The older the dog is, so yeah, you know, in varying degrees it's sort of harder, but then there's this point where it's like what's an adult dog. Jimmy thinks that adult dogs are much easier to train than a puppy. That's why Jimmy says that Jimmy can train a dog an adult dog, any dog, in 60 days to do basic obedience and advanced retrieving.
That's actually really fast.
Not really.
Like,
that's
from my opinion.
But Jimmy also says that if a dog has separation anxiety, this Jimmy, thinks that maybe if it has separation anxiety and it's not catching on, it might have to stay a little bit longer at Jimmy's house. But yes, it will be Jimmy Dog Training. We're gonna get a website, Jimmy and Company, Jimmy.
Yeah.
But the puppy is rocking out.
It's gonna be G&G, the G spot.
Oh, that's something different, sweetie.
Why?
The G spot.
Yeah.
That's something sexual, and we're wholesome, so we don't talk about that G spot, the go-to spot.
I
Jemmy.
didn't mean it like that.
Well, that's what everybody knows the G spot is.
It's a shape.
Oh, well,
It's a
that's
shape.
what it is. But so my prediction on the dog Tracer, Jemmy's prediction is that that dog will catch a frisbee by the time it's leaving, and my goal is to get it to catch a frisbee within the 60 day or 90 days. So this dog, Jemmy thinks the dog's doing great. It's doing great. It's only been here a week, right?
She definitely is doing great,
Yeah, she's getting it.
and she's ferocious.
She's a typical cattle dog. She is. She's a typical cattle dog. So Jemmy's starting to like sort of push her down metaphorically, starting that process, which is not just metaphorically, it is like Jemmy is pushing the dog's butt down, getting the dog used to, like if it doesn't sit, I'll put the dog in that position, because Jemmy is not a positive reinforcement food trainer. And Jemmy knows that it's a lot of muscle memory. So this dog's not going to be any issue. I'm even like, do you see it's going up on this box, and if it's standing there, I'm shaping behavior. I mean, if it's standing, I'm starting, whoa, and I'm going to start circling the box. And we're not going to get the dog to be real compliant for another week or two, but
She's still sitting on the box and
she's doing it.
sitting there.
Oh yeah, she's doing great. And then, like in a couple weeks, I don't know, maybe a week, maybe I'll start putting an e-collar on her and not using it, just getting her used to it. That's what I'll do first. I just have it on her, and then it's not really the age of the dog. You just want to make sure that the dog can comprehend what it's doing. So the dog has to know all its commands before Jemmy, me, would start using an e-collar with the dog. Like when you say sit and you're hitting the e, you're just going to confuse the puppy. So keep it sort of low pressure. That's Jemmy's. That's what Jemmy thinks. Jemmy. That's what Jemmy thinks.
Yeah.
Jemmy did clean her room though and swept the floor, and it was looking pretty like a lot of dust.
Yeah, I might mop it because I still have everything up.
Sure. Are you gonna mop? We have a mop around, I think.
Oh yeah.
You know what I would always do is like take a towel, get the towel wet, and then like move it around with my feet. Jemmy over here can do this dance called the shuffle. It looks real silly. Jemmy's quite a dancer. She was doing it in Home Depot. Very distracting. I'm trying to think about buying electrical stuff, and Jemmy is distracting Jemmy. I said, "Wow, Jemmy, you're really distracting." She kept dancing, of course, because this Jemmy does enjoy the ridiculous dance. Did you see the farmers dancing?
Yes. And
They're
I thought
pretty
it was
good.
slightly
Like they made them do it.
like they made them do it.
Some Chinese farmers, like in this farming community in China, invented their own shuffle dance.
All they do is farm, dance, and
Which is
Eat
bullshit.
food.
Yeah, and eat food. Their life is great.
now that they've discovered dancing, they don't need anything else.
No, and they all wear sort of traditional garb too, I noticed. Like, but in the city, people are driving
And it was
Maseratis.
put out, a video of it was put out by like the Southern China, like
Right, they were forced.
municipality. center.
Does Jemmy and Jemmy think that there was a gun pointed at them? Yes, probably. You guys are going to do this, and you're going to love doing it, and you're going to smile when you're doing it. Is that forced? Yeah, that's forced.
I think it was more like they graduated. They graduated from the education camps
Right.
to a point where they were allowed to.
Oh, wait a minute. The education camps are for the the Muslim people, aren't they?
Wow.
Oh, you're saying that's...
To be a law-abiding Chinese citizen.
You do what you're told. Jemmy doesn't cotton to that. Does Jemmy cotton to that? I don't think
Not
Jemmy...
really. I don't think I'm gonna go to China.
I don't want to go to China. I'll tell you what you don't do when you go to China. No, I'll tell you what you do if you if you don't do if you go to Korea. You don't steal a poster off the wall in a hotel, because they got cameras all over. You're American, they catch you, you're being sentenced to prison for the rest of your life. Like what's his name that ended up like coming back a vegetable? I can't remember that cat's name, but I mean the kid was there on a trip, he was spending money, he saw a poster, had been drinking, he took it down. Okay, stupid mistake. You know, why do that? Like, and then they beat the hell out of him in prison until he was like... Jamie doesn't think that North Korea is a very good country. I wouldn't want to live there. Of all the places that I could Jamie could live, I think we can agree that like North Korea would suck. Afghanistan wouldn't be so hot. That's me personally. I wouldn't want to live in Turkey. Russia, this Jemmy doesn't want to go to Russia unless this Jemmy can change his name totally, because I've done videos about Vladimir. So until that changes, this Jemmy doesn't want to lose his virginity in Siberia or get poisoned. I don't want to get poisoned, Jemmy.
I think the safest bet would be South America.
South America.
Or Germany.
Germany's totally safe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Italy, well, I know I wouldn't be doing anything in any foreign country, that's for sure. Or, hey, Canada. I have no problems with going to Canada. We could do whatever we want up there. Just don't take a gun over the border. Then you're screwed. Right?
Sure.
Canada is like the annex of the United States. Jemmy would go there. Would Jemmy go to Toronto?
Yeah.
Jemmy would go to Toronto. So would this Jemmy. What about Mexico?
Yeah.
Sure, you can't get in trouble.
Subsistence farmers.
No, I'm saying like go down there for a vacation where you
Oh.
can't get in trouble down there if you have enough money. If you got into any trouble in Mexico, you can buy your way out of it. That's what I think. Like what kind of trouble would Jamie and Jamie get into? Not much, because what would we be doing? Eating food and shopping for piñatas. Maybe we get a traffic ticket and we try and pay off the federale. That could happen. Like up here, like that. We got pulled over recently for speeding. I'm not going to say who was driving. It was either Jamie or Jamie. And what we did is we had some baseball tickets in the car for next season. Hi, officer, how you doing? Oh, I was speeding. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, by the way, we have some baseball tickets. We just want you to have them. Right? Now, is that a bribe? No, we were going to take the ticket, and then he changed his mind about giving us the ticket. Did Jemmy and Jemmy do anything wrong? It's all hypothetical, isn't it? Because it didn't happen. Jemmy and Jemmy don't bribe police officers. Come on. We're the most wholesome people on YouTube, aren't we, Jemmy?
Definitely.
That is why we're changing our names to Jemmy, because of YouTube. We want to look wholesome, and it's like, oh, yeah. Jemmy and Jemmy, they're adorable.
Wholesome as in we are one.
We are one, and we're all American. And you know what we do when we sit around at night? We get a big pitcher of milk, and then we bring a hot apple pie out of the oven, and we slice it up, and we sit around, and we do that, and pop some popcorn and talk about like watching old TV shows on Nick at Night, like the Waltons, and
eat our licorice.
Eat licorice, and play checkers, Chinese checkers too, which is ironic because we won't go to China. But we do that, like that's wholesome stuff. She wanted to play backgammon, and I'm like, no way, that's an evil game. You know, we don't do that. We don't bet.
Because of the triangles.
Yeah, we don't bet.
Jimmy doesn't like triangles.
Jimmy don't cotton to that crap, either does this Jimmy.
When they're very, like, pointy triangles.
That's the devil. We're very religious. We're all, well, we're not that religious, but I am a minister.
We have our own religion.
We have our own religion, which is all about being good and wholesome. Drinking milk, we drink milk, and we eat wholesome food that we grow ourselves. We grow everything.
This morning I hand washed my red Dollar General hoodie.
Yeah, that's
right
true.
now it's freezing on the porch.
That's right. All our clothes, we don't use a washing machine anymore. We use like a wash tub and like one of those things. And we also, this is true, we use that in, like, we have a Zydeco band, and like I play the washboard, you know, it's coming along real good. It's called Jemmy and Company. It's pretty good. If we could only get Jemmy over here to play the squeeze box, we'd really have a Zydeco band, because I play the washboard. I'm really fucking good at it. Like, you know, do you think you could learn how to play the squeeze box, and then we could do like you could have a Zydeco band?
Sure, give me a fortnight, you know?
She wants a fortnight. We will be cooking catfish and crawdads and jambalaya, and we're gonna be the best known Zydeco band out of Louisiana. We're gonna be the only Zydeco band in Beaver Dams, I'm quite sure.
We're gonna be a Zydeco band like Stink on Catfish.
Yeah, and I'll tell you one thing. I wonder how many people in Beaver Dams would say, "Oh, we're a Zydeco band." I wonder how many will say, "What the hell is that?" That might be the truth. I mean, I'm not like, they're not about Zydeco bands. No, this is a rock and roll area. That's the truth. When the neighbors have a party, 70s, 80s rock. That's what we hear. We're not gonna hear like what's a Zydeco band? Like well, anyway, it's not important because one's not coming to my mind, but I
That's why it's not important.
yeah, that's why it's not important. But I mean, if I really wanted to think, there's that really famous one that I'll be your Dixie chicken, you be my Tennessee waltz, I'll be your, you know what I'm talking about?
Like, it's the super poetic song.
Right, but who is that? Who is that? I can't remember. Can anybody know? Anyway, it's not important. But we're gonna pretend this summer that we're in the swamps of Louisiana, and we'll be playing our Zydeco music and turning our neighbors on to a new thing. It's and that's it. So we're back home now. We just wanted to introduce ourselves, the new Jemmy and Company, the band, and we're back, and I got to work with the puppy. So that's it. Say goodbye, Jemmy.
Auf Wiedersehen.
But that's German for goodbye, and I would do a Cajun goodbye, but I don't know how they would do it. I'll work on my Cajun accent.
Aloha.
No, that's Hawaiian. That would be Maisie Hirono would say aloha. She says aloha all the time, but she's from Hawaii. If we start saying aloha, it sort of sounds what is that term, like
Beautiful.
no, phony.
Allow me to aloha.
Introduce myself.
Just allow me to.
I'm a man of wealth and no, that's another song that we're gonna do as a Zydeco song. All right, we'll see y'all. Bye.
Bye.
It's not shutting off. Jimmy, what do? I won't shut off. Oh, it's gonna be on forever?